Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying what you are hearing. Now, on to today's story. Never understand how my ex-GF can treat cheating as a normal thing. Rant. So my D-Day was around 7 months ago. I, M35, met my ex-GF F27 in 2014, and we made it official in 2015. I found that she suddenly deactivated her Instagram account without telling me in late 2019, and I only found out when I tried to forward a post to her and I couldn't find her account. When I confronted her, she told me that she did it because she felt harassed by her work friend's friend, let's call him X, that has been tagging her and kept trying to hit on her. I've known about this X since a couple months prior, when we went to a social gathering at one of X's work events, prior to COVID. I told X that I will be speaking to X to tell him to back off, however X stopped me saying that it's not worth it, and X didn't want to create a drama among her work friends, so I relent. Then COVID happened, and in March X told me that she'd been laid off and needed to move back to her hometown due to lack of funds, and I was not able to help her that time because I was in the middle of renovating my home. I paid her rent and bills when she first moved to my city and haven't found work. X refused to move in with me because I lived in the suburbs and her old place was in the city center. We live 50 minutes apart. So we were apart for a few months until May, when I had finished renovating and had some funds to help her pay for her apartment. While we were apart, I found her to be quite distant and cold. She went out often, despite COVID, and still awake at odd hours like 3 am, 4 am. At first I dismissed my thoughts because I thought she was depressed and stressed, but this activities continued even after she went back to our town. One day I was hanging at her place when she was taking a bath and her phone was blasted with chats, so out of curiosity I opened her chat to see who is chatting her, and I found a barrage of nudes from X being sent to her, with a text saying I can't wait to see you tomorrow. My body went numb, and my mind went blank. I was fuming, so I tracked back to her previous chats with X, and I found out that they have been exchanging nudes since 2019. I took pictures of the chats and nudes, then I told her I had emergency issues at work that I needed to attend. I work in the medical field, so she knows, sometimes I am needed in a certain situation. When I got back, I cried like a little baby. Part of me thinking that I should fight for her, part of me just hurt, real hurt. You see, my previous relationship also ended with me getting cheated on, so experiencing it again really sting me in the most hurtful place. In the morning I opened my chats with her to see all our previous chats. I opened our pictures together, trying to find a reason not to throw this relationship away, until I stumbled upon our Instagram chats. I never deleted my chats with her. Lo and behold, her IG profile picture was there, but I couldn't find or open her profile. Then it clicked, she blocked me. This woman had me blocked on her IG with a guise of deactivating her IG. I made another account to stalk her IG, and yes, her IG was active, and was not put into private. I saw all her pictures, all her parties, stories, and yes, a lovely picture of her kissing X in the mouth, which was taken not too long ago. Something snapped in me, and I was no longer feeling sad. All I felt was indifferent. I took pictures of her IG and deleted everything I had about her on my phone, laptop, everything. I sent her a text, asking her to meet up, and when we met I just showed her the pictures I took on her phone and IG, straight told her that we are done. I don't know her anymore and I don't own her anything. I blocked her anywhere that had me connected to her. Told my parents and relatives to ignore her call. Couldn't ghost her because she knows where I live and work, so I just went North Carolina, and I went hard. Mutual friends tried to get me to forgive her, but I told them to stop contacting me about her or I will block them as well, so they backed off after that. The reason I rant here was because last Valentine's Day I got a text from her, switched from Android to Apple, and I only blocked her on my old phone, not on my new phone yet, where she, with all her audacity, asked for my help to pay her rent. No sorry, no trying to explain things. Didn't bother to respond and blocked her again straight away. I just wondered how the hell I fell in love with someone who didn't feel any remorse or guilt after cheating on me. If you are still here, thank you for reading my rant. Edit 1, typo. I am overwhelmed and grateful for the support and comments that I received from this community. I just couldn't thank you guys and girls enough. To explain some things, our mutual friends honestly didn't know about what my ex did, because they were blocked as well. I did manage to explain to them about the reason I broke up with my ex during a Christmas Zoom call. They understood and didn't mention her anymore after that, so I am good with that. One of my closest friends told me they wanted us to make up because they saw how happy I was when I was with her, so when I told him what my ex did, he almost went ballistic at her. I told him to drop it, since I want to avoid any drama. All in all, I'm just fortunate that my ex didn't reach out to my family. They were a different story I would like to avoid. Some asked about the ig. I have to admit that I am so sucky and ignorant about social media. I only know how to like, follow, comment, and post on Instagram, unlike my ex who is a heavy user of Instagram. So when she said she deactivated her account, I believed her completely. Some of you commented about me paying her rent and being an ATM, which I admitted was my fault since the beginning. The comment hit me hard, but it's the hard truth I needed. I tried too hard, I guess, and I really want to make this relationship work that somehow I'm blinded. I told myself that I will be her provider anyway when we get married, so it's okay for me to help her when she needs me. Well, somehow I managed to dodge the bullet unintentionally, so I guess that's a win for me. Wow, those mutual friends knew if it was so public on IG and only you were blocked. Ditch all those people. Thank you for your response. Our mutuals are only 5 people. I have a very small circle of friends, so my ex had them blocked as well. My mistake was that I didn't want to explain why we broke up to my friends, and I deleted all my pictures from her IG, too hurtful to keep. The reason they want me to forgive her is that they felt that it was a shame that I ended up a 4 years relationship, and tried to be a good friend in making us become a couple again. They assumed it was only a minor misunderstanding between us. You should tell them that she cheated. 5-year relationship, I guess, since you declared it official in 2015 and ended in July 2020. Somehow in my head I keep telling myself that my relationship ended the moment she lied to me about her IG. It did. She wasn't treating you as a partner but as an economical crutch. The clarity of the truth is what helps get free of any fantasies we might still have in our heads. She stayed with me, so it means that even while cheating on me she liked me enough to stay together. Nope. Not at all. She is nothing more than a manipulative asshole who kept a lie for her own benefit. It all ended that moment and everything afterwards was a lie. You could just tell your friends that she cheated and you don't want to talk about it. Yes, those are shitty friends, all of them. Cheating didn't bother her because she didn't see you as more than just something to be used at her convenience. This is confirmed by her asking you to help pay rent. I knew where this was headed when you said you paid her rent, but she wouldn't live with you, even temporarily. I just wondered how the hell I fell in love with someone who didn't feel any remorse or guilt after cheating on me. It's a simple and very well-known pattern. You're a good, honest, considerate and loving person, Mr. Nice Guy, and she is a narcissist who needs constant supply of external validation, and one man, especially the nice one, is never enough. You're lucky that you discovered her cheating. And you're wise to quickly dump her. She'd ruin your life. You're capable of deep love, so move on and look for a woman worthy of you, who will love you as deeply as you'll love her. There are many such women, and dating is so easy nowadays. Take your lesson and don't get attracted to a narcissist again. Thank you. I'm taking it slow right now, and took advice from this subreddit to help me build my self-image. I am grateful to have found this subreddit a few months ago. What did she say when you confronted her? How long was the affair before you knew? Take your lesson and don't get attracted to a narcissist again. The hardest part is to recognize them, especially at first glance and speeches. They are the best actors and liars when it comes to relationships, love and friends alike. There are, however, some patterns to recognize them. It is still easier said than done in reality. Here is a link describing types of narcissists and patterns that come along. Op should read it, heck everyone should. It's a simple and very well known pattern. You're a good, honest, considerate and loving person, Mr. Nice Guy, and she is a narcissist who needs constant supply of external validation, and one man, especially the nice one, is never enough. This is what I'm saying, like, she had a solid partner from the sound of this dude, since he seems like a pretty honest and kind man, but she just figured she needed to have something more, obsession and lack of content. I'll never understand this. I get it, people change, but to lie to your current partner who's shown nothing but support and comfort, I mean. I know this line of thought has been regurgitated here all the time, but if she was unhappy, she could have left. She kept the guy and used him, and instead of admitting her mistakes or apologizing or, here's an idea, don't hop back into his life, she asks for more support. The audacity of this whole thing kinda tipped me off, really struck a nerve, and it's not even the worst thing I've seen in this subreddit. Like, the narcissistic personality of this particular one baffles me how nonchalant it was. The fact she didn't seem to regret it at all scares me, knowing she played with his emotions and kind, considerate personality and manipulated him to such an extent is psychopathic as well as narcissistic. Holy cow. That's one hell of a story. I'm sorry you had to go through this. Thank you for your response. I am fortunate that I am in a better place now, and was able to move on. Though somehow my ex was able to trigger me with her text. It's really sad that it happened to you twice, but by your feedback it seems you are mentally tough. May I ask how you will be able to trust for the third time? I don't know, to be honest. I am just taking it easy, one step at a time right now. Only time will tell, I guess. I'd really want to avoid a casual relationship right now with my situation. I myself have never been cheated on, fortunately, but I spent a good deal of my adult life being used by women. I get very triggered when females expect handouts from me now. Make it a point now to never pay for, or support a woman. They will not respect you for it. This should be apparent to you after being cheated on twice. And before you say they're not all like that, yes they are. Nothing like realizing that you were just an ATM to her at best. Sorry you had to suffer through another shitty girlfriend. Why would mutual friends want you to forgive her? I am guessing the mutual friends were able to see her ig this whole time. Our mutuals are only 5 people. I have a very small circle of friends, so my ex had them blocked as well. My mistake was that I didn't want to explain why we broke up to my friends, and I deleted all my pictures from her ig, too hurtful to keep. The reason they want me to forgive her is that they felt that it was a shame that I ended up a 4 years relationship, and tried to be a good friend in making us become a couple again. They assumed it was only a minor misunderstanding between us. I have to wonder. It's difficult, in my opinion, to hide it from you for a year, but being able to hide it from her friends, mutual meaning her friends too, and not have signs or inklings it was going on, especially mentioning her brazenness in almost flaunting it at parties. You have friends and co-workers and relatives, so do I. I wouldn't be surprised if you and I really tried to find out there were some mutual acquaintances. My point being, luck or lack thereof of no one else catching her, over a year's time. It's a small world. My senior year in high school, spring before graduation, I had a girl who I hung with, and we had a thing. It wasn't exclusive, but I didn't go with any other girl. We hung in a group of boys and girls, maybe 10 to 12 of us all together, and amongst us all knew what was going on between me and this girl. It wasn't serious, but it was something. I wouldn't be shocked if she met another guy and hooked up. But I did not expect one of my friends to do it. I would expect there are boundaries, a certain level of respect, so if it did happen, they'd at least speak up. After all, we didn't have this serious thing. So I found out this friend and her had a secret thing going on almost as long as me and her. I found out, I confronted them, but I never said a word to anyone else. After graduation, I never stayed in touch with them. It should have been obvious, I guess, because no one ever brought up how these two were never around anymore. But I was oblivious, didn't have a lot of experience, whatever. It didn't really occur to me that they all had known all along. I guess all our mutual friends dumped both of them, because they were never there. Let's face it, we all started going our different ways after graduation, but still, we hung out every so often. Almost a year later, one of my friends makes an offhand comment about how their love crashed and burned the moment I found out. I asked, "You knew?" Not only were they hiding around, but that I found out. Answer was yes, they all knew. Why didn't they tell me? Answer was it was so obvious, we all thought you must have known. Which was bullshit.